Okay, so we're going to continue Likutei around Torah Ches, always Ches in the middle, where Reb Nachman brings down again, like in the previous Torahs, the Rabbi Bar Chana stories. In the Gemara, there's a bunch of Rabbi Bar Chana stories, very interesting, trippy stories, and Reb Nachman brings down the story and is going to patch it into the Torah. So, Mazeh Perish Omer Rabbi Bar Chana says, Amarli, he said to me, Ahi Taya. Taya is a soichir, is someone that a merchant. He says, Tuva Achvalach Meisa Bint Bara. Come and I will show you the dead from the midbar. Azle v'chazasine v'dame commander mebasme. He went and he saw that they looked like they were drunk. Begonei park and they were laying on their backs. But he's a kifa birkei dechad minai. And the knee, one of their knees was raised up. Ba'ayilta tusai birkei. And this merchant went up to he was riding a camel, and he went up to one of them, he touched them. And he had a spear. He took a tzitzis, cut piece of tzitzis off from this dead man. He couldn't leave. He couldn't get out of it from under this dead man. Maybe you took something from them, and if you take something from them, it says the man if you take something from these dead people, you can't leave. He gave it back, and then he returned it, and he was able to move on. Line by line, and implemented in this Torah. Let me bring you and show you the dead from the midbar. It says, Haina, what does that mean, dead from the midbar? He showed him the Rishonim, the wicked people. They're not connected to tzaddikim. AJ, we're learning over here, and it's like apartment 1. Mesa Midbar. So these Rishonim that are not connected to tzaddikim are called the Mesa Midbar, the dead from the Midbar. And Midbar lo is a ruach tzefonis men hashavas boy. A Midbar doesn't have any ruach, right? This whole Torah is about breath work. Steve, you only joined today, but the whole Torah was about breath work, about ruach achayim, and the way to get ruach achayim is by being connected to tzaddikim. It says a Midbar doesn't have, and he started off the whole Torah in the beginning that every night David the Melech had his harp over his bed, and a ruach tzefonis, a northern wind, would come and it would blow onto the strings, and it would wake him up. It would sing a song, and it would wake him up to learn Torah. So he's saying that the Midbar doesn't have a ruach tzefonis, it doesn't have a northern wind. Heine beginnes ruach achayim de kedusha. The ruach achayim from the kedusha. He beginnes ruach tzefonis. That's a northern wind. That's the ruach that was playing on the harp of David. Now, but these Rishonim she'enam the veikim b'tzadikim. They're not connected to tzadikim. Ve'ein lahem ruach de kedusha, and they don't have the holy ruach. Ve'hem b'chayayim kriyam mesim. Even while they're alive, they're called dead people. Ve'hereloi, and he showed them mehichem magi lehem shleim as a chasar. Show them what's the lack of this Rishonim? What's missing from these Rishonim that they're called dead people? He says, he showed them tahava dome chimvasmi. He showed them that they look like they're drunk. Perish Rabbeinu Shmuel. Rabbeinu Shmuel says, kishsua yayin, like they drank wine, which is bechinas Esav atmoini. Esav, we know, was red. So When you drink wine that's red, that's like Esav al-Monisha, who are Rav the Klippa, which we said before that Esav is the Rav the Klippa. The Rishuim get their energy, their Ruach HaChaim, they get from the Rav the Klippa. This is where, because everyone needs to fill their lack. Everyone needs to be able to be alive and to live and get their energy from. So the Rishonim get it from the Rav the Klippa, which is Esav. That's the Sitra Achra side. And we get it from the Tzaddikim. When we connect with Tzaddikim, we get the Ruach HaChaim from that side. It says, V'zeh v'gonia parkid. Perish Rabbeinu, what is v'gonia parkid? They were laying on the back. Perish Rabbeinu Shmuel, Pneihem lamala. Their face was facing upwards. Pneihem ze beginnes Ruach canal. Like Pneihem is, as we said before also, that the whole Ruach is in the face. And the whole face is the nose. Because that's where Hashem, it says Hashem blew into the nostrils of Adam original life. So the whole Pneihem is Ruach. Hakaras Pneihem. As we said before, that the Rishonim, even if we see they have success and they have power, it's only like a storm. A storm comes for a few minutes, a few hours, and then it leaves. So it's only lefisha, only for a certain amount of time. And then their slacha leaves. Like he says that, brought on the pasuk, that when they have that power, or even though it's like a storm that's here for a little while they have the power, wherever they blow, people can be blown away by it. So we have to be careful from the Rishonim while they're in power. That's where he was, his feet, right? He had his knees up. It says, what does that mean? This shows on the atzlach of the Rishonim. Ki aheder atzlacha nikeh brikayim koishlis. It says the atzlach is alluded to the knees. And when you have it up, that shows an atzlacha, right? Then this merchant went under this dead man, under the knees. What's a taya? What's the taya is the merchant? What does that mean in the story? There's the tzaddik that's called a taya. Whenever he says soichir ishmal, it means we're talking about the tzaddik. The soichir, the beginnes ruach. Soichir is the beginnes of ruach. The ruach circles around. And that's kind of what a soicher does. It goes around, right? It goes around the buys and sells. That's what. This is the tzaddik gets mekabel the ruach from kedusha. That's soicher Yishmael. Hashem kishama Hashem aniyach. Right? Why is it named Yishmael? Because Hashem listened to Hagar's tefillah, to Yishmael's tefillah also, but mainly to Hagar's tefillah. That's why you call Yishmael. The tzaddik hears all the anachas. The anachas is, as we started the Torah, is a krechts. Krechts is when a Yiddish krechts is when you do the ruach. A krechts comes from the ruach. As the tzaddik hears all the krechtsen, and from that, because people are connected to the tzaddik, he hears the krechts and he helps the people. He was riding a camel. What does that mean in the story? It means that a kind man. Goimel is a lotion of a camel. He's riding on the camel. It's a raf chesed. Uskif rumcha. What is the spear? The roimech. Roimech is a spear, right? Pinchas took a roimech b'yoda. It's a spear. What's the roimech? Roimech who begins ruach mem. Bechinas veruach alekim merachefes al pnai hamoyim. The ruach of the on the water. And what is pnai moyim? What's the water? Torah. Shenitlar boim yoim shmasham ruach chaim kanal. Ruach mem. Mem is 40. Mem is also the water. And the Torah was giving in 40 days to Moshe Rabbeinu. Torah is water. So that's what the roimach is. He had the Torah in his hand. He had the ruach that it was makabel from the Torah. Even though he had the Torah, he was stuck under this the knee of that man. Because we have to be careful. If you're not a tzaddik gomer, the Rasha can destroy you. You really have to be careful. Only when you're able to separate the toiv and the ra from the toiv, that's a tzaddik gomer. That's when you can fight with the Rasha. But until then, you have to be careful. He took off the tcheles, the tzitzis. He broke the midara from the 4 yesoides. That the Rasha took the 4 yesoides, the Eishmaim Ruach Ofar, and he actually used it for the negative. This is where he's taking his chayim, his life. That means that he took off that tcheles. He took off one of the tzitzis. Tzaddik tried to break their midah. He tried cutting off the conduit of chayim, of ruach, to the Rishon. He called the midas roas and shachin arbisoides. All the midas roas comes from the arbisoides. Shashim arbetzitzis canal. Like we said before, that the tzitzis is the alludes to the arbisoides. He couldn't leave. Even though he was able to cut off one tzitzis, one midah, he couldn't leave. He couldn't get on from under his knees. Even though that he broke the bad midas of the Rosh. This is what it means that he cut one off. He couldn't leave. He couldn't really win that fight with that Russia. Like it says in the story, he couldn't leave. He couldn't get out from there. Okay. Lee, I think we're gonna stop right here because we're already past our 10 minutes, and I promised Steve that it's gonna be a 10-minute thing, and he has clients waiting for him. No?
It's okay, they can wait.
And I don't want to wait to wait. 10 minutes. Come back tomorrow.
This is a great thing, no problem.
Thank you. See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Take care.
Have a great day.